Hi everyone, welcome to Torah Tuesday. This week's Torah portion, Re'eh, comes from the book of Deuteronomy and includes the famous verse, "See this day I set before you a blessing and a curse." The Torah goes on to explain that the blessing is our reward for faithfully practicing the commandments, and the curse is the consequence which is triggered if we turn away from the commandments and from God. The rabbis explained the choice that each of us has in front of us, the choice between a blessing and a curse, with this story. An elderly woman was sitting on a road from which there branched two paths, one of them full of thorns at the beginning, but level at the end, and the other level at the beginning, but full of thorns and danger at the end. This woman sat at the fork of the road and cautioned passers-by, saying, "Even though the beginning of this road is full of thorns, follow it, for it will turn level in the end." The rabbis taught that whoever listened to the woman's advice and followed the road she recommended did get tired at the beginnings of their journey. But then, having overcome the obstacles, they went on in peace. The rabbis continued, though, those who did not listen to the woman and who set out on the other road that appeared easiest to walk routinely stumbled in the end and experienced the pain of the thorns, which were much larger than they had appeared when they were standing at the crossroads. The rabbis crafted this story to explain the meaning behind the first verse of the portion, "See this day I set before you a blessing and a curse." They saw the path with thorns at the beginning to be the road to blessing, and the path with an easy start but a painful end to be the one that leads to the curse. For the rabbis and for our tradition, following the commandments and being faithful to God may be a burden in the short term, and we may be tired from the effort we expend in pursuit of those goals, but it is without a doubt the path that will lead to blessing. Later in Re'eh, we read, "You shall not act at all as we are now acting, each householder as they please." This verse comes in the context of a conversation about the importance of acting as a unified community and the power that comes from coalescing around a singular goal. In Deuteronomy's case, that goal was the worship of God. Both of the verses from Deuteronomy, along with the Talmudic story of the woman at the crossroads, resonated very strongly with me this week. It is clear to me that far too many people in our world, our country, our state, and our community are acting as the ancient householders did, thinking only of what they want to do rather than what is in the best interest of the unified community. And so today, we are the passers-by who stand at the crossroads. And like the ancient travelers, we have two options. We could choose the path that will be onerous in the short term, but will eventually level out into a safe and even journey. Or we could choose the path that appears easy, but will eventually become treacherous and dangerous. I hope that we take the advice of the wise woman who sat by the crossroads and directed people to the path of blessing. I hope that we understand that it is up to each of us to make decisions that will prioritize the safety of the community rather than our individual wishes. And I hope that we will all arrive at the blessings that we have been promised.